Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. And today we are starting a new series of content, one that I've been meaning to get to much sooner than this, where we are going to cover the figures that were announced and went up for pre-order earlier this week during the first Star Wars Fanstream of the year 2024, as well as the figures that were pipelined for later release. We're going to start with 3 3/4 scale because, that's what all Star Wars fans started with, really. And we're going to be looking at the vintage collection. Starting off with the figures that went up for pre-order this week, we've got a new Din Djarin. Yes, I know, another The Mandalorian release in TVC. I'm pretty much just as exhausted about it as you guys are at this point. But it does look like a cool new figure, with the first mass retail release of a carded TVC, The Mandalorian, coming with a cloth goods cape in mass retail. So that is a win for the fans who've been wanting a cloth goods cape release at that regular VC retail price. Next up, we have another new Grogu, except this time he comes with his Season 3 pram, and the new figure also looks pretty decent as well. Following that, we've got another character from The Mandalorian, Axe Woves. Although, oddly enough, while he did get a nice new updated card back, the armor depicted in Season 3 and on that card back don't quite match the armor of the figure that this seems to be a re-release of from the previous release of Axe Woves from his Season 2 appearance in The Mandalorian.
But despite the armor on the figure and the card back not necessarily matching up, even though they said they wanted to do an updated card back for the updated figure, they did fix the issue with the extra large helmet that the first release of Axe Woves came with by doing a swappable head with a swappable helmeted head, which honestly kind of makes it match better with Bo-Katan and Koska Reeves anyway.
And our last not new character for this upcoming release of figures is Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing suit. And while this also kind of looks like a nice new update to the character, this is another fairly recent update, and the last one was, in my opinion, also very good. So it's strange that we saw another X-Wing Luke so soon, but the new mold looks promising.
Next up, not Captain, but Commander Rex. This is another figure fans have been asking for a minute. Yes, we've had plenty of other releases of Captain/Commander Rex at this point, but on a VC card back, we haven't had a Captain or Commander Rex with a removable helmet, which is very exciting. Finally, we have in 3 3/4 scale that removable helmet Rex, and he looks awesome. I really can't wait for that one.
And last but not least, the other figure you could have pre-ordered for TVC earlier this week was the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, another fresh new character that appeared in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. And then, of course, last but not least, for those HasLab Ghost backers, Hasbro has made good on their promise to release a carded Sabine and Chopper in that matching mural set at a whopping $50 retail exclusively on Hasbro Pulse, and HasLab backers can expect to have that piece later this fall around the window when we're supposed to see the HasLab Ghost. Now it is time for the TVC pipeline reveals that we got today. From Season 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars, we're getting a Astromech pack, including Ahsoka's R7 Astromech from the Clone Wars series, marking the first official TVC release of R7A7. Next up, we are getting another HK-87 droid soon from the Ahsoka series, and in the picture they used, it carries an electro staff and has that beige and red color scheme, much like the one we saw in Season 2 of The Mandalorian and one of the ones we saw in Season 1 of Ahsoka. After that, we are getting another release of a Dark Trooper. It's just going to be a Dark Trooper in a TVC bubble this time. After that, we're also supposed to be getting an Ahsoka from the new Ahsoka series. Supposedly, it's supposed to be Ahsoka the White, which would be very, very exciting. After that, we're getting another The Mandalorian. A new Bo-Katan as well from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. The picture they used, of course, also depicted the new Mythosaur skull that she had on the new pauldron she got from the armorer in Season 3. And last but not least, we have armored Cobb Vanth coming. Hopefully they pack in a lot of accessories with that Cobb Vanth to make it worth that deluxe price. Moving on to Black Series 6-inch scale, we have our first look at the new official Black Series Droideka, which will be a deluxe in the Phantom Menace Black Series Phase 4 packaging. And this is our first look at it since its pipeline reveal at SDCC 2023. And yes, it does roll up as well. And yes, I couldn't be more excited about that. And it will be a fan channel exclusive, meaning you'll find it at places like Entertainment Earth, BigBagToyStore.com, other fan retailers, and local shops like comic shops and other hobby stores. Next up, we have a new Phase 1 Clone Trooper. This is just another regular Phase 1 Clone Trooper, except this time it'll have a removable helmet. So nice to see that we're getting clones with removable helmets more and more often. Hopefully that trend continues. And last but not least, we got the reveal of the new Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Ahsoka series. No packaging images yet, although it will most likely be in that Phase 4 Ahsoka box. And yes, of course, there were also Black Series pipeline reveals today. Within those pipeline reveals for Black Series 6-inch scale, we have the upcoming B2 Super Battle Droid, which was recently put up for pre-order in a 2-pack with a Battle Droid with C-3PO head. A lot of fans were very vocal that they were upset that an army builder was not getting released single. Well, guess what? Now it is. Not only that, but there's other really cool droid news. If you like the Jedi Survivor video game, we're supposed to be getting a Bedlam Raiders B1 Melee Battle Droid, B2 Super Battle Droid, and one of the Magna Guards. So, I'm super excited for those two. Those are supposed to be an Amazon exclusive. Next up, from The Mandalorian. Surprisingly, it's not The Mandalorian. It is a Grogu, kind of. We're getting IG-12 and one of the little droid smiths that helped put together IG-12, which that's a figure that I definitely had on my Season 3 of The Mandalorian bingo, and one I was genuinely looking forward to. Hopefully we get a fresh new IG mold out of it this time, and maybe hopefully we'll get a new IG-11 that's also screen accurate this time. Following that, we're also supposed to be getting a Walmart exclusive Mandalorian Night Owl. I'm assuming that's just going to be another army builder character. And in the 1-to-1 scale roleplay, Hasbro pipelined the Phase 4 Dark Trooper helmet, or Moff Gideon's Dark Trooper helmet, or Moff Gideon's Mandalorian helmet from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. And last but not least, in the pipeline reveals for toy lines, we also have some retro figures coming soon, both for Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. For Attack of the Clones, we will have Padme Amidala, Jango Fett, Mace Windu kind of can go either way, and then for Revenge of the Sith, we have Anakin Skywalker, General Grievous, who I'm really excited to see how his retro take is going to be, and a Phase 2 Clone Trooper. Hopefully we get a Phase 1 Clone Trooper as well. I imagine they're going to be very Kenner Stormtrooper style, where the head's on the shoulders, but I mean, that's exactly what I want out of that. So hopefully we get a Phase 1 to go with that Phase 2 at some point in the future, but those are all very exciting retro collection figures that I've been wanting to see in the retro line for a minute now. I'm glad we're getting to prequel era retro collection. It's really exciting. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's review, where we went over and talked about the most recent Hasbro reveals and pipeline reveals coming to your collection, whether it's the Vintage Collection, Black Series Roleplay, or Retro. They announced some exciting things. Stay tuned for more Hasbro Pulse Fanstream reveals, and stay tuned for more content where we kind of take a look back at some of those reveals and see what we think about them. Let us know in the comments what you thought of those reveals, what you're most looking forward to, and what you're hoping they do in the future down below. Like and subscribe and follow us on social media for more. Check out our sister website, cooltoyreview.com, for all kinds of awesome non-Star Wars toy-related news, videos, and more. And like and subscribe to the Cool Toy Review and Bay 12 YouTube channels for all kinds of awesome non-Star Wars toy video content. Don't forget to come hang out with us at the end of June 27th through the 30th at Rebel Scum Con this summer at the Allen Convention Center. To book your experience today, go to rebelscumconventions.com. Once again, that's rebelscumconventions.com. And if you go there today, you can see all the currently announced guests. Make sure to check the website regularly and follow those Rebel ScumCon and rebelscum.com social media channels and websites for all kinds of awesome updates and news about this and any other upcoming Rebel Scum Cons. If you're looking for some awesome toys and merch, check out Order 66 Toys, the world's official all-collectible Star Wars toy store, located in Order 66 Multiverse, in the shops at Willow Bend Mall in Plano, Texas. And in case you're not local, they go live every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time from the Order 66 Toys Facebook page, and they ship all around the world. And they've been doing that show for 5.5 years now. July marks the 6th anniversary of Friday Night Star Wars collectible awesomeness for 5.5 years worth of consecutive Friday nights. That's insane. That's a lot. So check them out and see what you think. Last but not least, check out our free archival website, collectorsoracle.com today, where you can mark all kinds of awesome Star Wars collectibles in your collections, stuff you'd like to have in your collections, like a lot of the stuff that was recently announced today, and you can mark the condition and variations and share those lists with friends and family alike, and it's all absolutely free. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.